Caesar's Finest this week on Kentucky Fried Chronology. Hi, everybody. I'm Bo.
And I'm Chuck.
And we're in a bit of a hurry today. We have a time limit.
Unfortunately.
So we're gonna forego the usual shenanigans. No, we're not. I don't know. I'm gonna try. What are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about the mighty 10th Legion.
I know what you're pointing at. Ignore me.
Ignore him. Ignore the man in the mask.
Nothing happened. The man behind the curtain doesn't exist. Go.
Exactly. Legio X, because I don't remember the.
I was saying to you, I was about to be like, did you know the Latin for 10?
Decia?
Decius?
Decius. Okay.
Is it Decius? Decio.
Decio?
Decani.
Are you sure?
I have no idea. I'm pulling this out of my ass, man.
I thought you were correcting me for a second.
No, I'm feeding you, trying to be like, that is? I don't know.
Yeah, Legio, whatever Latin is for 10, Equestris, a.k.a. the 10th Legion.
What's the Equestris for? Does that mean horses? Is that from the time that Caesar made them his cavalry that one time?
I believe.
Is that where they get that? Is that where the Equestrius comes from?
Yeah, because they got that title pretty early on in the Gallic War.
But have to be when they go to talk to the German tribes, and he's like, "I don't really have any cavalry. Fuck it, I'll take the 10th and put them on horses."
Well, you had 4 entire legions, and almost all of them were infantry.
He needed bodyguards. They were going to go do some parlay with the Germans, and they're like, "I'm going to bring 400 guys. You can bring 400 guys." And Caesar was like, "Well, I don't really trust any of my Gallic cavalry that I have with me. Really, so hey, my boys, the 10th,
put them
mount up."
Mount up and let's ride.
Cue the regulators.
Yeah, I was going full American. I was thinking like Wild West saddle up scene.
Right, dude, fucking Young Guns, regulators, mount up. That's what I was referencing.
Oh,
come on! I know you know that movie.
It's been so long. I haven't seen Young Guns since you could go to the store and rent the VHS.
Shit. So hey, still like man. 90s, basically.
Yeah. So we're way off topic.
Already.
So tell us about the beginning. How did the 10th Legion get started?
The 10th Legion begins its tale. I'm going to get all epic here, right? Long ago in the land of Spain, Caesar was named the governor. He won the praetorship. He was made praetor, and they gave him the governorship of Spain. So he goes over to Spain, and there's already 3 legions there that Pompey the Great had risen like 4 years before, the 7th, 8th, and 9th Legion. And they gave him to Caesar. Like, here you go, there's 3 legions, go clean up Spain. He gets there and goes, I'm going to make one of my own because, I mean, thanks, Pompey, but these are still your boys, right? So he calls up a recruitment for another legion, and just, not to fuck with anything, he calls it the 10th, keep it nice and simple, right? But those are his guys, right? They're like, this is my legion. I've made it myself. I handpicked the centurions out of the other 2 legions. One guy who's pretty famous in Caesar's memoirs, his name is Centurion Crastinus.
That's a cool name,
isn't it? He's with the 10th from its beginning all the way up until the Battle of Pharsalus. Like he has like a whole like 20-something year career.
So he has a really good arc.
He's first spear by the end of it.
Pharsalus is way down here.
Yeah, it's way down there. But then Caesar just gathers up his 4 legions and heads off into Portugal. It was called Lusitania back then, to clear up all these rebellious tribes and things in their hill forts. So it's like a real nice training exercise for the 10th, right? Like they get their experience real quick.
The Roman
learn by doing, right?
The Roman infantry version of having of taking your big collegiate heavyweight football team and making them play some slack Division II team.
Oh, a gimme game?
Yeah. Basically,
an easy win.
Portugal was an easy win.
Kind of. It's not like these guys just rolled over. They all they had, hill fort.
It was an active rebellion, so yeah, but
I think it's an unconquered territory. I'm not sure which. Might either or. But you know how the hill fort worked? Like they'd all go inside and they'd have the big hill with the wall around it. The Romans are really good at attacking these things. So Caesar was just like, ooh, more basic training. All right, 10th, go in. And they were really, really good at breaking these hill forts and stuff. So like in a couple of months, they're done. They've wiped everybody out. They've captured the main dude and sent him off to Rome. And Caesar's like, sweet, gonna get a triumph, right? I'm gonna go back to Rome. I'm gonna get my big parade.
No.
And well, well, hold on, not no, but it was like the Senate was like, I mean, we can, but we were gonna kind of consider you for consul next year, and you can't. You have to be in Rome to get that appointment. So if you want to that, you have to come home. But if you want to triumph, you can stay where you are and march your men over here, and we'll do that for you. But we'll give the consulship to
someone else,
Crassus or somebody, I guess, at that point.
Yeah,
because I think at this moment Pompey is consul.
But Pompey's about to...
His term's about to go up, and they're about to give it to Caesar, and he's like, oh, okay, that's way cooler than a triumph. Well, so he goes off to Rome, and they give him the consulship, and that's where he ends up in Gaul, where what are they called? It starts with an H. It's where they're in Switzerland right now, where Switzerland was. The big tribe that comes over and invades Gaul, and Caesar has to go and fight them. He wrote stuff down. I didn't.
The Helvetii.
The Helvetii tribe, right? Well, they start their bullshit.
They were trying to migrate.
Which,
supposedly.
What was wrong with Switzerland? Like, why did... Oh, no, there's some other... The German tribes were
trying to push
them out. That's what it was.
Which, again...
I was about to be like, it's not... there's farmland and shit all over Switzerland. It's just like the mountains ring around it.
That's what I'm saying. It's Switzerland. How do you get pushed out of there?
That's a good point. Well, as we'll find out, they're not very good fighters anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. That might be why.
Caesar gets a bunch of letters from the Gallic tribes and like Alsace-Lorraine area of France, like right there by that river I can't remember the name of.
Southern France.
Yeah. For Caesar to help. So he's like, okay, cool, I'm going to call up my boys that I used in the Spanish campaign. He calls the 8th, 9th, and 10th, and he also brings the 7th, which I think was one of Pompey's legions before, too. He just didn't use them during the Spanish campaign, but he brings all of them over, and they go off and they fight the Helvetii tribe. And you got any details for us?
Oh.
You said you had like play-by-play stuff.
Oh. Not the Helvetii. No.
Not for that one?
That was the next one. Nervians. Oh.
Okay, well, hang on. He beats the Helvetii tribes and sends them packing back across the river, and they exchange a bunch of slaves and stuff. And the Gauls are like, hey, thanks for all your help, man. I mean, so you're gonna leave, right? And he goes, no, I'm gonna stay right here.
No.
Basically kind of pseudo conquered that lower part of France for Rome. He's like, we didn't really, but I'm gonna keep a couple legions here just in case. And then like the next spring he comes back and it's like, all right, full ass invasion, let's go.
Pretty much. So
next big action of the mighty 10th, Chuck. That was their first big one, was the Helvetii tribe.
The next one was the battle against the Nervians in 57 BC. It was pretty...
So, what, 2 years after the one I just talked about?
I think so.
They 59, right?
They pushed into Gaul a little ways and had already pushed up into modern day... That one part of France, kind of right there... where the Maginot Line is today, almost. Not quite that far towards the border, but kind of in that area, northeastern part of France. They pushed them up into that way, and they got caught up in a pretty good-sized pitched battle where he had to employ all 4 legions.
This is the one where with the river in the middle, right?
Yeah,
but it was low enough where you could still run across it.
Yeah, you could still kind of. It's kind of like the one out back here. You could still. It
More
was
creek, really, but it was still in the way.
Yeah, it was in the way. It was going to slow you down, but it wasn't going to stop you. That's what they were able to do. So you put the 7th and the 8th Legion on the left, essentially trying for the main push, and then you had the 9th and the 10th come up on the right. Not really realizing they actually had a whole lot more success than he expected them to, because they were actually
2 new legions by this point too. It was the 11th and 12th in the center, right? Because they were new, he wanted to keep them.
I think they were still included. In reserves. I don't remember.
When does the 13th? We'll have to do an episode on the 13th.
Yeah,
the show.
13. Yeah. However, so the 7th and 8th Legion kind of get bogged down on the river. However, the 9th and the 10th were both able to push past, defeat one entire tribe, push up through there, defeat the Belgae and the Atrebates. The first tribe was Atrebates.
Atrebates.
Yeah, I'm terrible at pronouncing these names.
I mean, your pronunciation's probably just as close as the one I gave you, man. Yeah. Don't act like I am an expert.
And then, of all things, they were able to take the Gauls. The Gauls. The Gauls. You're going to keep that, aren't you?
The ghoulish Gauls?
The Gauls. They're going to take the Gauls camp, of all things. And the camp was actually up on a hill situated below them. So they were almost to the complete rear of the Gauls that had engaged the 7th and 8th and were actively pushing them back.
That would probably be the Nervi tribe that was doing better.
Yeah.
Because they're even Caesar was like, they were some bad motherfuckers.
They fought better than others, apparently. So, attacked them from the rear and managed to win there. It was a little bit of a close one because 7th and 8th did kind of take a pummeling that day.
Yeah, Caesar in his memoirs say he personally had to ride down there and call out to the centurions by name to hold their fucking ground and push.
Oh yeah, it must have got.
And then the other legions came and just cut them off, but the Nervii still wouldn't run. Right? They just. Caesar, so it's probably bullshit, but he's like, only 800 of them survived, and I was so impressed I pardoned all of them because I'm gracious Caesar. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, probably more than that, but I doubt that, you pardoned them. You probably sold them off into fucking slavery. That's why we never hear about this tribe ever again. Yeah.
It's one of them biblical accounts. Oh, this tribe that we only hear of in this account. Or in the Bible.
I don't know. I might be wrong. If they pop up anywhere else in history, it's not for a good 100-something years later. I guarantee it.
For a while, yeah. Let's talk about the Battle of Dyrrachium. Is that how it's pronounced? Dyrrachium.
Which one is that? Is that during the Civil War?
Oh, yes.
Okay, so we've progressed past the Gallic Wars into the war with Pompey, where the 10th immediately pledges for Caesar because he's the guy.
Kind of fill us in. Yeah, take us from the Gallic War. Yeah, who's that for us?
Fun fact: Labienus, the Caesar's general from the Gallic Wars, that they were all buddy with, his top dude, right?
Yeah.
Goes and fights for fucking Pompey. Takes 2,000 of Caesar's cavalry with him too. And Caesar's a petty bitch about it in his memoirs. No, he is. He doesn't mention him at all until he actually has to fight him in a battle, and he's just like, "Oh, and Labienus's dudes are over here," and it's like, "Wait, what? What's Labienus doing over there? I thought he was last you mentioned him. He was with us." He's a petty bitch. He's just like, I'm not talking about him. Fuck that guy.
He will be written out of history.
Pretty much. He's just like, and he's super happy that he lost too. And he's just like, this serves you right, motherfucker. Turn on me. But I am not familiar with the Dyrrachium.
Dyrrachium? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I'm sure the non-existent comments in our section will correct.
The two drunk hillbillies don't know how to pronounce Latin words.
What a shock. Our ancestors spoke English and something Germanic, which is why we have tongues the way we do.
Forgive me, sir. I speak the King's English.
Anyway.
Yeah, I just told you I don't really know what happened, so go.
So, Battle of Dyrrhachium. It is one of the major battles, and it was Pompey's major victory over Caesar, and we're about to
It's the
find
first
out.
time Caesar loses,
Basically,
right?
the first major loss. He's lost a few skirmishes in Gaul.
I wouldn't call that more than a bloody nose, man. Even Georgovia, he just immediately redirected. He was like, "All right, I kind of lost there. Not really, just couldn't get done what I wanted to get done there. So,
I mean,
not really a loss.
I did not lose territory. I merely failed to take the enemy's
I'm
territory.
not retreating. I am advancing in another direction toward Elysia."
Nice. Anyway, so the 10th, during the battle, somehow, just I can only assume how confusing and chaotic an ancient battle would have been. Someone somewhere got their communication wires crossed, and 10th thought they got the order to retreat. So they did, as you do. They're disciplined Romans. They do what they're told.
Crassinus said, "Retreat, we retreat." Right?
Exactly.
The first centurion said, "Run."
Bunch of people saw them retreating, decided they decided it was a rout.
Thought they
were,
if the 10th's running, we should run too.
So they ran.
Oh no.
And then the 10th saw everyone else running and routing, and then they're like, "Oh shit, something bad's happening."
Compounded on itself. He's like, "Oh shit, the 10th's running. Oh fuck, everybody's running." And then
We
the
should
10th
run
starts
too.
going like, we should leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's the stupid ass fucking messenger guy who got those orders wrong? I hope he was promptly executed.
No, we never figured.
Oh, Caesar didn't write that one down?
I don't know.
Really? He wrote that one poor bastard's fucking name down. I can't remember, but he wrote it down. There's some scout that is a battle with the Gauls, and the scout's like, they're over there, right over there, and so Caesar sends Lebianus to occupy a hill, and then he's going to come off over this way. Well, that scout comes running back saying, "Caesar, we got to leave. The Gauls are already on that hill." It was Lebianus. He had mistaken them for the Gauls and stuff. And Caesar wrote his name down and was like, "Fuck this guy. He was sent to me as supposedly a good soldier, served with Sulla and Crassus, and boom, I had him executed." I'm just like, this guy who actually lost you a full ass battle, though, you don't write his name down?
He might have. Don't know, because I don't know exactly how the communication error happened. We're just presumption, yeah.
Yeah, but still.
It's one of those, if that happened, I'm certain he probably would have. He seemed like the type. Anyway, moving on.
Probably glossed over the whole battle, because again, he's a petty bitch. He's just like, things didn't go my way.
Things
There's just like no detail. I lost. I'm not talking about it.
Well, here's the thing, though. He did kind of do, it's one of those, maybe you've done that, but he did the nice thing. His men demanded, the men of the 10th, because they got their communication error, they demanded to be decimated, or just basically begging for it. And he's like, "Nah, you're fine. Your bannermen, however, are demoted, not dead, just demoted." And
how though?
I know, right? That's a huge mark. It's like
that's the first guy getting laid when you go to a new town, right? Like the banner guy. Like, he gets to carry the fucking flag.
He does, yeah. Bannerman, it's a lot of perks. Anyway, so if you're demoted from bannerman, you're basically never going to get that cool job again.
Yeah, no.
Anyway.
Oh. So to explain, decimation is when you take 10 guys and they draw lots, and the 10th guy gets beaten to death by the other 9.
Yeah. It's like it kills one of them and psychologically scars the other 9.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
So
Spartacus got some stuff right.
The 10th was so upset that they got their orders wrong. They were like, "We volunteer for this.
For 10% of us
and Caesar's like, "No,
don't be stupid.
That's not. Hang on, no. We're in the middle of a fucking. I need you guys. However, all right.
Lucky them. They did get a battle after that, just the one, to where they were. It was just one quick. It was the final battle of
the quickie.
Yeah, the final battle of the.
Pompeian Civil War.
Yeah. which I'll let you do that one.
Is Pharsalus? Is that the one you're talking
So,
about?
yeah.
Philippi is the one where Mark Antony and Octavian beat Crassus and Brutus, right?
Yeah,
they're both in Greece
and
and both
Crassus-
start with a PH.
Yeah, and that's
So,
Crassus and
yeah, it's
Brutus, not the
Pharsalus.
elephants. Yeah.
All right, Pharsalus. Caesar has landed in Greece, where Pompey has retreated to call up new legions to fight Caesar with, because he's Pompey's the great. He's at this point Rome's greatest general, right? He calls up, what is it, like 10 legions? A lot of them are fresh recruits, though, and he doesn't have a lot of time to drill them before Caesar shows up. Caesar only lands with like half of his intended men because storms and shit. So, like, Mark Antony and the other half of the army are still in Rome waiting for wind to blow them across so they can get to Greece. They never actually show up, I don't think.
Not in time, no.
Yeah, so Caesar's got like half the amount of soldiers that Pompey does. So but his men are they're his boys from Gaul. It's the 10th and the 9th and the 13th. No, the 13th isn't there.
Weren't they in Rome with
No, but
Mark
funny.
Antony?
No, but funny. The 8th had defected over back to Pompey.
Oh,
so it's kind of brother on brother here a little bit because they, the 8th and 9th and 10th from Spain all the way through Gaul, right?
Yeah.
And then suddenly the 8th, like,
so you kind of expect
we're going with the old man over here. I would personally be hunting down dudes from the 8th if I was in the 10th. I'd be like, no, you betrayed all the rest of us. 7, 9, and 10 are still here. Why are you? Fuck you.
Yeah.
But it goes real bad for Pompey here because, his men aren't as experienced, and Caesar's great. He mixes in.
Caesar's basically his own George Washington.
Yeah,
small number of very.
He mixes in the. Like, you give the 3 lines, the ones with the spear. Well, he kind of mixes in the Triarii guys, the older guys with the spears and shit, in with the cavalry because Pompey has way more than he does. And when the cavalry fucking clashes, these guys come charging in from through the horses, fucking stabbing at the Pompeian cavalry, and they fucking rout, which means that they can go in and hit Pompey's boys in the flank and just rolled the whole thing up. Pushed him all the way back into Pompey's camp, where the night before Pompey had been like, oh, in the morning I need you guys to make a big feast because after I kick this Caesar guy's ass, we're going to have a party, right? Caesar's fucking men show up to the camp and start ransacking it, go into the main pavilion tent, and there's a huge table with all this food and shit, and they all just kind of start sitting down and start drinking Pompey's wine and eating his food, and Caesar shows up and is like, what are you all doing? The battle's not over yet. Get out of here.
I would have grabbed a chicken leg and ate it on my way out to get to the battle. Extra energy.
But what's next? After Caesar has defeated Pompey.
Or after Pompey has defeated Caesar.
No. Pompey loses.
Yeah. You said after Caesar has defeated Pompey, and I corrected you. Said after Pompey has defeated Caesar.
No, Caesar defeated Pompey. Because after Caesar defeated Pompey.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He's the undisputed ruler of Rome now. So he takes his legions off to Africa to go deal with that and try to hunt down Pompey, who fled there, but he gets there and they killed him already, and he's super pissed. So he's just like, I live here now. You guys pissed me off, so now this is mine.
Yeah, I'm going to settle your local dispute.
The whole Cleopatra thing and shit. But the 10th goes with him to Egypt and fights and stuff in there, and then
it's held under siege.
They're sent after that. They go and they're stationed in, I want to say, northern Greece, maybe northern Italy. I don't know. When Caesar gets killed and stuff, and Mark Antony and Octavian
have their,
and another civil war breaks out with Brutus and Cassius. The 10th declares with Mark Antony because they know him. They like him. He's Caesar's right-hand guy. So, of course, we're going to go with Octavian and Antony.
Yeah.
And then again, later, they're back in Greece at the Battle of Philippi, fighting Crassus and Brutus's armies, which they fucked it up. Brutus and Crassus had no chance. You could have sent anybody against them. Like they like Crassus's guys like didn't talk to Brutus. So Crassus like went on the attack and was doing good, but it overextended, and then he got hit in the side. And Brutus was like, "What is Crassus doing? I didn't know we were going yet. Go, go, go!"
Right? Yeah. So typical.
So it goes real bad, but
So it's the two stooges go to war.
pretty much. Like Crassus kills himself, Brutus kills himself
Because of course.
because they lose, and Octavian is, the winner, and Antony has a problem with that because he thinks he won. I'm the general. You're just some fucking sickly kid who, I want to point out, on the day of the battle had to be carried to the battlefield on a litter because he wasn't feeling well. Oh, mighty Octavianus. I'm being Anthony as an asshole right now. I don't actually feel that way about him. It's like, motherfucker, I'll show you talking to me that goddamn way. So they split, and I don't know, is this a black mark on the Legion's record that they go with Anthony? They don't immediately side with Octavian?
I don't know, because it's like.
Well, I mean, I get it. They served with Antony for way longer.
Yeah. Also, it's almost, even though he's Caesar's nephew, he's still a young kid.
Yeah.
Also, he's been sickly. That takes a lot.
As my pantomime pointed out of Mark Antony drunkenly making fun of the poor boy.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So the 10th goes with Antony, and it all comes back together at the Battle of Actium, which is usually people think a sea battle. Stuff happened on land. There was a land fight too, just doesn't get talked about much, but the 10th apparently gets cut off on this little peninsula of land by Octavian's men while the sea battle is going on, so that for the first time ever they surrender. The mighty 10th has surrendered because, well, I mean, they could clearly see that Antony was losing. They could see Cleopatra's ships sailing the fuck away. And they had the sea at their backs and 5,000 angry ass other Romans in front of them. We've lost, guys. It was a good run. Octavian's not that bad. So they surrender. Well, they surrender, and they go, and the top guys. Oh, I've skipped right over this. Remember Crastinus, the centurion?
Yes.
He dies at Pharsalus.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Sad. Oh well.
Oh, buried with like full fucking honors, right? Like, Caesar made a big deal about him because he saved his life once. Read Caesar's Gallic Wars. He loved the guy. Is his favorite centurion. But back to Actium and the surrender of the 10th. They, their generals and shit go up to Augustus and is like, "We're sorry." And he's like, "I mean, I'm mad at you, but I'm going to need more fucking soldiers because the empire is pretty fucking big. So we're going to just do a little light decimation."
Light decimation. I was expecting it. How's he going to sell it?
Which, hold on, I'm not done.
Sell it?
I'm not done. Does not actually happen because they kind of
just flog the guy.
No, they kind of are like, like you would expect out of Rome's best legion. They're just like, "Yes, sir. Who do you want to draw straws first?" And Augustus is kind of moved and stuff. He's like, "All right, never mind. Just like swear allegiance to me, but I am going to station you in Syria."
Somewhere
along with the 9th and the 12th and the 21st. I think a few of the Antony's legions get just redirected to the farthest part of the Eastern Empire, where they kind of get fat and lazy and well, I mean, they're not doing shit, and this goes on for like 50 years, man. Like, this goes on for a while where they've got dudes on like 3rd fucking enlistment because it's fucking so easy. And that's 16 years apiece, so the guy's already been in there for 32 years. He's like, "I'll stay here till I'm 60 something. It's cake." Until General Cordubus, or whatever his name is, shows up and sees this shit. He's walking into
whips the troops.
Oh, he's his first encounter with the Legion is fucking brutal, dude. He's the new commander. He's showing up to the 10th, and he's walking through, and there's a guy digging a ditch, but he doesn't have his sword on him, right? So he has the guy fucking whipped for not having his weapon on him while he's working, and everybody has to have a weapon while they're working. Well, the next day, some smart ass is out there bare ass naked with his sword on his belt, fucking digging a ditch, thinking he's fucking funny. General fucking had his ass fucking executed in front of everybody. It was like, who's fucking laughing now? Oh. We have to maintain a combat ready posture at all fucking time. Like, think the hardest World War II fucking general from a movie you've ever heard of. Right? Just coming in
What's
here.
What's your excuse?
Yeah,
your excuse for what, sir? I'm asking the fucking questions here, Private. You understand me?
Where are you from, Private? Sir, Texas, sir. Holy shit, Texas.
Oh, shit. I had a joke, but I lost it. Anyway.
But yeah, he goes there, he whips him into fucking shape. And just in time, too, because the first Jewish rebellion is about to start.
But that's isn't that its own episode?
Well, the whole rebellion, but like we can speed run this. They marched down under with General Vespasian, who later is to be Emperor Vespasian, to put down the Jewish revolt. They take part in the siege of
not because of that, because of the
Bankroot, starts with a B.
Wasn't Vespasian the Spaniard who, excuse me,
why do you think they liked him?
Did a whole lot of rebuilding.
I don't know.
Basically,
I know Hadrian did a lot of building.
Like basically everything Augustus built, Vespasian either restored or upgraded.
Vespasian won the battle of the three emperors.
That's cool.
Against Otho and can't remember the other guy's name off the top of my head, but the 10th takes part in the siege of that one place, starts with B, can't remember, the siege of Jerusalem, and several more actions until they get to the siege of Masada, where they finally pushed the Jews back, and it's this, you know what I'm talking about, the big hill, the big giant cliff fortress that's just on this plateau where it's like, okay, how the hell do we get up there?
Whoever built that, well done. Also, you.
Yeah, well done, and fuck you. It was King Herod. It was his panic room.
King Herod's panic.
It was his like last ditch fallback position if like the people ever rose up against him. So it was stocked with water cisterns, food. When the Jews showed up and took over the fort, they found just fuck tons of weapons. They're just like, oh, so we're set. Bring it the fuck on, Rome. And Rome gets there with the 10th and then Vespasian and a bunch of other legions. And Vespasian's son, actually, by this point, because Vespasian had to go off to fight the other two dudes and become emperor. So he's emperor by the time this happens, and his son is in charge of the legion right now. Roman soldiers are more engineers than soldiers half the time. They just build a giant ramp that's still there today. You can climb or you used to be able to, you probably can't now, but you used to be able to walk up it.
Nice. Because
I think part of it collapsed in an earthquake.
It's like Alexander in the Siege of Tyre.
Yeah,
not
but better.
Island because I said so.
Yeah, but more intact.
You're not a hill fort. I'm going to build a ramp right up to
it. But seeing that they were pretty fucked, the Jewish defenders themselves, except for like 8 women or 8 kids and a couple of women and an old woman who had hidden in an emptied cistern while everybody was getting, brother murdered.
It's one of them parts of history you don't really.
Yeah, imagine being one of the 10th because they were one of the units picked to first go up over the wall. Imagine
why is it suspiciously
day before.
Quiet?
Yeah, like the whole time you're marching up and you're like, all right, they're going to start shooting any second now. And all right, we're at the wall. Where are they? And it's just bodies just fucking everywhere.
Huh. or just disappointment.
But
I was hoping for a fight. I marched all this way. Come on.
That's their last like big major victory, I guess,
Victory.
because
Now,
the second Jewish rebellion happens later, but by that point they've stopped recruiting from Spain, and they're basically just a bunch of
it's the
local people that they've been recruited into the Legion.
Now, the original group from Spain. I do want to go back. The original group from Spain, the ones that served under Caesar, they did, a lot of them, get essentially a retirement. They got to retire. They got lands in Narbonne, southern Gaul.
Not till like Augustus finally let them go for a lot of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Remember, because Caesar kept
being
like, hey, I need you guys. And then the Civil War started, and Antony and then we're like, I mean, if you guys keep with us for a little while, more rewards and stuff. And then finally they won, and he's just like, you guys can go home now. I'm sorry.
You can have a farm. We'll make it bigger than we were originally promising. And southern France. That's nice. Mm-hmm. Modern Narbonne.
They probably all retired to grow grapes and get fat and happy. Probably. That's what I hope for the veterans of Caesar's 10th. But during the second Jewish revolt, they get fucked up, like almost annihilated, because the Jewish guerrillas kept jumping them in their garrisons or on patrol, and they just like whittled the 10th down to almost nothing until Severus comes over and basically reforms the army into like these smaller, like quick reaction force units. So like anytime the Jews would attack something, he'd be like, all right, you 500 guys, go. And they do that. So he fought fire with fire basically until he finally captured Simon something, the Jewish leader, in another hill fort, not Masada, different ones just outside of Egypt. And that's like the last like major big action of the 10th. After that, they get sent to garrison duty on the forts in the Eastern Empire. And then the split happens, and the Byzantine Empire reforms the army into starts with a P, the tiny legions, the ones that were only like 1,500 dudes. Emperor Valens'
I don't know much about Byzantine military organization.
It's interesting. We'll have to get back into
complex.
But as you know, but we know the Byzantine Empire, Eastern Roman Empire, whatever you want to call it, it slowly got invaded by
whittled down,
Arab states and Turks, and then so whatever remnants of the 10th were remaining probably just got annihilated. But nobody ever forgot who they were. All these other legions have like a bunch of like honorifics on them, and or like 10th or like 9th Victrix, or the ironclads or other stuff. The 10th was just the 10th
because that was all.
Everybody knew everybody knew what that bull emblem meant.
Nice.
Caesar's best.
Indeed.
For almost 200 years, 250 years.
Nice.
That's a hell of a battle record, man.
So we about wrapped up.
Oh, we're done. They're all dead now. The Ottomans took them over. If any of them made it back to Constantinople for the final siege, it was small squads of broken men who hobbled their way back.
But that's a story.
Battle after battle. You're like 3 guys, and we're all that remains of the 10th.
Right. So, time to draw from the pot.
Time to draw from the pot.
Alrighty.
I want to do
Pot of Knowing.
I think you did it last time.
Pot of Knowing has all of history in here and a little bit of other stuff.
I can't get a hold of it. Give it.
So what is next? Or what is? I can't talk.
Blah blah. Blah 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 blah.
Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
The topic next week is
the Battle of Agincourt.
Whoa!
Or Agincourt.
Agincourt. Good sound.
I'm gonna put a T on it because I'm English. Agincourt. The court of Agin. Yes. Where I shall fire my bow.
And then
I'll fire my me. I thought it was funny. Fuck
right. No, that's not how we do that here.
Oh shit, I did. I just threw it back in there. Okay, it was right on top. My bad. I forgot how we do.
Go learn you something.
Well, we're not there yet. We gotta promo the other shit.
Oh right, we gotta go check out his other channel,
Kentucky Fried Critics.
where he watches movies and drinks sometimes questionable beer. I've seen
Sometimes they're weird.
So you get some weird ones. There was one that had like bourbon barrel bits in it.
Oh no, the shag one had like shagwood chunks as part of the brewing process.
What, that was good?
It was surprisingly good. It was for The Spy Who Shagged Me. So go watch that episode on Kentucky Fried Critics. Go watch another random episode of our show.
Indeed.
Look out for the future. We got big plans coming.
Plan on doing outdoor stuff.
I was going to say we might go outside.
We might even go to space. You never know.
Cool. What are you fucking planning? I want to go to space. That sounds dope. Anyway, go out and learn you something. There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a-blowing? I don't remember the rest of it.
Me either.
It goes fucking crazy.